Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another episode of The Whip. My name is Zach, and to my left is Elliot.
Hello, how are we all doing?
Living the dream.
As always, good to be here with the Sniffers.
As well. It was awesome. Make sure if you're watching on YouTube, like, comment, subscribe, follow The Whip on Instagram. And Christmas is coming up. You might notice Elliot has no hair.
And you all know who did that. It's our good friends over at Manscaped. The Razor 4.0, get it, 20% discount code.
Use The Whip.
Yep, The Whip. Go to manscaped.com, order whatever the fuck you want. Get your ball trimmers, get your dad ball trimmers, get your brother ball trimmers, over 18 of course. And go and get the podcast. Go get the podcast official razors.
Yeah, they're actually really, really good. As you can see, Elliot's haircut, perfect job.
No scratches, and if it doesn't scratch my head, it won't scratch your nuts.
I'd hate to see what would happen if you just use like a cheap Woolies razor instead of the
Well,
Manscaped lawnmower.
I've said from the start, mate, Woolies razors are like going to Imperial Japan. If you fuck up, you're getting your head cut off. Where the Manscape's like modern day, okay?
It's modern. It's not back in time.
You just get it through.
The present.
It is the present. Now, enough about them. Let's talk about us.
Oh, first of all, though, I just did want to give a shout out to two of our avid Whippersnipper viewers.
Yep, bring it
At
in.
the time of the recording right now, they haven't announced it, but he sent me a message this morning. They got engaged.
Hey!
So shout out to Josh Knorr and Libby Bullen.
Well done.
Congratulations. They send me videos every Sunday of them watching the videos.
Yeah, they are. What's it called? I have seen.
Yeah.
Well, you've showed me. So congratulations, guys. I do expect a wedding invite as well. Maybe
Yeah,
a
me
podcast
too.
from the wedding.
Yeah, we'll do a live podcast at the wedding, at the reception.
I'm happy to be a flower man as well. I'm happy to walk in.
I am as well, whatever it takes.
Yeah, whatever it takes. I just want a bar tab. But
yeah.
happy. Congratulations.
Yeah, congratulations. But how's
that's
your
a-
week been, though, mate?
Yeah, it's all right. It's
Besides getting a
okay.
shocking haircut.
My haircut is fantastic. Got the beard going. I look like Conor McGregor from Wish. Weekend's not too bad. Just had a not so busy weekend. Just been chilling. Moving studios.
Yeah, big news. We're going to be moving from 18 Jamada Avenue to somewhere else.
We're moving studios somewhere a bit closer to each other. So we can actually, have like a better, we can record more quickly. It's been tough recording the last few weeks given it's silly season.
Yeah, it's
Like,
been hard.
We've had to go back and get old episodes and all that, but we did the voicemails. That was probably my good episode.
Yeah, I really like that one
But
too.
yeah, you can obviously see we haven't been as active, but we're just incredibly busy people, so fuck you.
Yeah, I've come straight from work.
As
It's
you
been
can see,
good.
I've been working from home, so,
I wish I could work from home so badly.
it's good. It's good. What are we talking about today?
Well, so we wanted to touch on a few episodes ago, we talked about the Elliot Exposed story.
My very interesting life.
Dude, it's very interesting.
But I have to say your upbringing and stuff is more interesting, which I'm looking forward to touching on today.
Not necessarily. Your life's pretty interesting, mate.
Thanks, bro. So why don't you take us back to the beginning? As many people watching this may or may not know, Zach is actually adopted, or as I call it, a failed adoption.
Shut up. To be fair, at this point in time, it's probably a good answer.
It's probably accurate.
I was getting hosed by the boys at work. I mean, the boys just saying, like, Zach, what are you doing with your life? I'm like, I'm trying to work hard, but...
Yeah. Well, we've got this podcast, mate.
Yeah.
Like, give us another year. I reckon this time next year.
I said to them, we'll see who's laughing when Joe Rogan's got us on his show.
That's exactly right. Probably should have closed that door, but here we are. So yeah, why don't you take us back to the beginning? Where you're from?
The beginning. So I live on the Northern Beaches. Strangely enough, I'm the only one in my family that's actually not white.
Yeah.
So I stick out like quite a sore thumb. So
Wait,
I'm
yeah.
actually from Bali.
Yes.
So me and my family went over to Bali just before I started the HSC. Conquered that flying colours, the
Yeah.
HSC.
What'd you get?
Mystery mark.
That's gold.
And so we went over there, and because my background is from Bali, all the locals would always think I was my family's tour guide.
Even though you're like so young.
Yeah, well, so they would come up to me when my family would like start doing an activity. They would come up to me and just speak Indonesian and laugh.
Yeah.
So they'd be like, "Oh, how'd you swindle these people to like let you take you?
How much money are they giving you?
Yeah." And then
Yeah.
I'd be like, "Oh, I don't know what you're saying," and they'd be like, "Oh, you're not from here."
Yeah.
Because so I was born in Randwick.
Yeah.
Moved to the beaches, way better.
Yeah. Wait, born in Randwick?
Randwick Hospital, yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Oh, because your birth mum came over.
Yeah.
Oh, right. Okay.
So my situation with the adoption was my family, my parents were from two different like sects in the like status groups in Bali. So my mum was from a rich family, dad was from a poor family, a bit like Romeo and Juliet. Everyone that studied that's exactly what my life is.
The
Shakespeare wrote it.
The Barlow version.
The Barlow version.
The Barlow version.
Yeah, so because mum was from a richer family, they had to like hide their relationship, date in secret and things like that. This is all what was given to us in a file.
Yeah.
And so then because mum was rich, she was able to move to Australia and study over here. And then while she was over here, she was staying with some family friends and was just living a life in Australia because it's a great place to live, man.
Mate, it's the fucking greatest country on earth.
Facts. And then so after she was living here, studying here for a bit, then one day felt really, really sick and had to go to hospital. She thought she just had she was having massive stomach pains and things like that, and thought she had to get something wrong with her stomach. But then she gets to hospital, and then finds out, they get there and so they go to her, oh, you're actually pregnant.
Pregnant with this little failure to my right.
Shut the fuck up. And yeah, so there I was. She had no idea she was about to give birth, which was crazy.
How many weeks was she when they found out?
I had to give birth. She had to give birth right then and there.
That's so weird how that happens.
Dude,
people can just, some women, or men, can just say, we don't discriminate, stay skinny, whatever, don't get the baby stomach, and then it's like, no, you're literally about to go into labour. Or were you early?
It's probably, I think it was early, but still just had to go straight away.
Explains a lot.
Yeah. Fuck you, dude.
So continue.
And so then, so she was freaking out because if her family friends that she was staying in Australia with would find out that she had a kid, which was me, she would her family friends would tell her family and her whole family would disown her. She would lose everything, and then the family would probably have tried to kill me, the baby.
Yeah.
So she had to put me up for adoption, which was mad. Because now I live on the glorious
and this
streets
podcast,
of the
actually, to be fair, I could have found any monkey from the street to come in here. But no, otherwise the podcast never would have happened, so...
Exactly. That podcast would never have happened.
Fucking oath. Shout out to birth mum. Wouldn't even be Pearson. Shout out to your birth mum.
Yeah, shout.
And your birth dad.
Yeah. So my birth dad actually didn't even believe her when mum told him that she'd given birth.
How do you know all this? Is there adoption files?
Yeah, there was adoption files all handed to us and letters that you get when you turn a certain age.
Yeah,
and
okay.
things like that.
Alright. Did your birth mum and birth dad stay together, or you don't know?
I don't know. I don't think so.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, I guess.
I did try to Google Facebook search because I got my birth mother's name, but she's got one of those names that's 1 million results on Facebook.
Yeah. Do you reckon it's even her real name?
Oh, mate, probably not.
Yeah.
Or spelt wrong. 2 letters wrong or something.
Yeah, well, it was some shit like that. Because I feel like they'd probably maybe try hide the identity. But, would you ever, want to meet her?
Bro, 100%. I would love to meet them, except it could be, a bit of a fucked situation if all of a sudden...
They find out.
Yeah, 25 years, I've turned up, and then, I'm your kid. And then her sister and family be like, what do you mean you've got a 25-year-old kid?
Yeah, but what if they came,
What if it was all sweet?
No, what if she came here?
If she came here, that'd be awesome too. I don't know how I'd take it though.
Have you been to Bali?
I've been once.
Oh, with that, did you go?
With my family now.
Did you go to the village where either of them were from, or
no?
Probably couldn't.
No.
You just have no idea where it is.
No idea. Yeah.
Okay.
Not exactly where it is.
Well, not that you could say on here, I guess. So obviously with the adoption stuff, so you were given to your adopted parent. Is that what it's called?
Adopted parents.
Yeah.
Well, I just call them my real parents.
Yeah, well, of course, they've raised you. Were you given to them at birth?
I was a few weeks old, so in between the that I got to my new parents.
Yeah.
From the hospital, when you're able to leave hospital, you go to a foster home.
Yeah.
And then you live in that foster home, and they raise a lot of kids that get adopted.
Yeah.
For a certain period while there's a selection process. So it's to put it plainly, it's like when you apply for a rental property.
Yeah.
You put your application in.
What a fucking shit fight that is.
Yeah, and then your mother, then my mother reads all the files, gets religions, jobs, everything.
Yeah.
Gets to choose.
Does your mum and dad don't have kids before, do they?
No, they didn't.
Just you and your brother.
Yeah. So in Australia, the hectic thing is you can't actually adopt newborn baby once you turn the age of 40.
Yeah.
They just had their circumstances changed. They weren't able to have children, and
Yeah.
so then they just kept applying for adoption, and then were amazingly blessed enough to get me.
Yeah.
Bless.
But I would have run.
But yeah, going back to the foster home. So in that time, you go. So that you live with the foster home like you're weeks old, and then the adopted parents come pick you up from there. So they never meet the mother, but they give your birth mother like one chance, last chance to see
Like
your
say,
son.
did she say?
Yeah, she came, got to see. I've got like a photo of her holding me in that moment.
Oh, cute.
But
That's
what always
nice.
like, because like you know how special it is for people when they have a kid and shit.
Yeah.
Always think about like when that drive after leaving the house.
Oh yeah, should have been
Bro.
like devastated. But at the same time, like I guess for her it was either that like do that to you, or you probably would have been like killed. Unfortunately, it's just circumstances like that.
Yeah, certainly.
So I guess she did it for the best. I wonder if like she's ever tried to contact you.
Yeah, I wonder. I don't know.
Like I don't because it's not. I don't
Comes
think
up in your like Instagram request.
Yeah.
It looks like a spam account.
she might be a follower. She might
Dude,
be.
she might be following
She might be a
this.
whippersnipper.
Shout out to birth mum if you're watching.
Shout out to Zach's birth mum if you are watching. Like, comment, subscribe. Buy the
Buy
Manscaped.
Manscaped from
Buy
my dad.
buy Manscaped for dad. Although, so he was like really poor, I'm guessing.
Yeah.
Do you know? Oh,
The
actually,
only thing we know about him is that he liked to collect things.
really?
Yeah.
Including kids, apparently.
No.
Oh, actually, it gave me away. Yeah, wow. You were the one thing you didn't want to keep.
No, exactly.
No, I want to. It's a shame that shit like that happens. Although we're here now.
Yeah.
So-
I always see it as a massive blessing. I could have been over the streets over there selling fake Rolexes in Bali, but here I am on the northern
But
beaches.
here he is selling houses. So I guess some things just never change, eh? But yeah, no, have you seen the new Bali laws that just got passed?
That you can't have sex with someone that you're not married to?
Yeah, and all that.
Yeah, I saw that one.
But I wonder if that'll actually like because
How do you police that?
and I wonder if they'll even do that for Westerners because they will lose so many tourists.
Yeah.
Like
So it's only based for locals, is it, apparently?
I don't know, but I would
I've looked
assume
into it.
I would assume it would be only be for locals. But I saw Fiji tourism. Fiji put up a cheeky thing where you can't like bang other people in Bali. Why don't you come to Fiji and do it? And I was like, marketing 101 right there.
Sounds like something we'd market, how we would do it.
Yeah, but Fiji tourism hit us up. Or Bali tourism hit us up. Do it. We're slaves for the corporate dollar. We'll do anything. We'll do
As you
anything.
can see, we got Manscaped.
Yeah, we'll do
Pyramid
anything.
scheme already going.
We'll do anything for cash. Legally.
Literally.
Legally. Well.
Fuck it.
So you're quite a religious person. What a
Great segue.
segue from to being basically bending over for the corporate dollar to religion. So you're a religious person.
I'm a man of God. I believe in Jesus. I believe he died for all of us. Especially you.
Sure.
You need him the most, mate.
Yeah, whatever.
People always. It's really bad though, because like I don't necessarily live the greatest Christian life any longer. Just like figuring out.
Hey, you got to figure out yourself, bro. Jesus,
but-
Jesus isn't here anymore. He bounced.
He's always here, dude. He's omnipresent.
Whatever. So why do you believe?
Why do I believe in God?
Yeah.
It actually has to do a lot with the adoption story again.
Well, makes sense.
What?
Makes sense.
Oh, true. Okay, I thought you were having a dig.
No, never have a dig at adoption. I just
Shut up! You actually called me a failed adoption.
Yeah, that's true.
You should see him when I'm interacting with someone at the stand. He goes, "Hey, Elliot will come up. Oh, you know Zach, the failed adoption."
Yeah, well, it's true. Am I wrong?
Yeah, call Elliot. Actually, don't worry.
Fatherless.
It looks like you got two dads.
Yeah, that's true. Well, one of them didn't want you, but
Rich.
yeah, that's true. Anyway, moving on before we both start tearing up.
Before we both start crying.
Yeah.
Why I believe in God? So it revolves a lot around my adopted parents' side of the story. So, as I said, they were trying to have a kid, but for different circumstances weren't able to. And then so my parents were on the adoption list for years and years and years and years, and they were heavily involved in a church growing up.
Yeah. What religion?
Christianity.
Okay.
So not just Christians.
Yeah.
Standard. And they were going to a church, and their thing was that they would always pray and believe God that he would give them a child of their own.
Yeah.
So they would always do that, always keep praying. So they keep applying for adoption. Tried lots of other different avenues of having kids, like IVF, just more adoption stuff.
Yeah.
Then, like I said before, once he turned 40, he can't adopt a newborn baby. So my dad got to about 39. So time was actually running out.
Why the fuck is that a rule?
Yeah, I don't know. I think it's because, like,
They think when the kid
58 is when the kid will turn 18.
What a fucking stupid
60.
rule.
I think it's like they have to put a.
I would understand 50 because, like, when the kid's still looking after it's like you still need to technically look after the kid and you're 70.
Yeah,
Like,
exactly.
for example, I get that. But 40, that's fucking nothing.
Yeah, it might have changed right now because that was a while ago, but at the time, that's where it was.
That's fucking ridiculous. Anyway, moving on.
And so, yeah, they were running out of time, still had no kid.
Mm-hmm.
So they kept doing all they knew, what they could do, keep applying, and in Christianity, they would pray. They believed God would bless them with a child of their own.
Yeah.
And so one night, Mum was praying to God, asking for a kid again.
Yeah.
And she felt like God gave her my name now, Zachariah.
Mm.
And she'd be like, if they were to get it, when they were to get a boy, they would name him Zachariah.
Yeah.
And
Did they want a boy or a girl or didn't care?
they just wanted a child.
Yeah, okay.
But they got a legend. But yeah, anyway, so the backstory to that, her and my dad now could never agree upon a name that they both liked.
What did he want?
I'm not sure what he wanted.
I would call my kid Op and Meg, short for Optimus Prime and Megatron. That's a big shit.
That's mad. I'm gonna have 4.
Yeah.
Name them after the Ninja Turtles and put them into every karate and MMA school I can. And
And
then
then
make
feed
them
them-
refer to me as Master Splinter.
And then make them eat heaps of food so they can turn fat like a
Pizza.
turtle. Yeah, fucking oath.
And make them wear a shell everywhere.
Yeah.
What's your kid's name? Leonardo?
Yeah.
Dude.
Donatello, Michelangelo.
Raphael.
Yeah, Raphael's a bit of a Magoo, but no one really.
No, Michelangelo. No. Donatello. Donatello's a good one.
What? Who was the purple one?
Donatello.
No, that was my favourite.
No, Leonardo. Is a
Nah.
goat.
Nah. DiCaprio is.
No, Leonardo the Ninja Turtle, mate. But back to it.
Yeah, I don't know how we got there.
Kids' names. Yeah, so then Dad really liked the name Zachariah.
Mm-hmm.
And then they kept praying and believing for a child, and then Dad was on like a surf trip, and then Mum was at work, and they get a call like from one of those 99 home numbers.
Yeah.
It's from the adoption people saying, "Hey, do you want to adopt a Balinese boy?"
Yeah.
And so they were like, "Yes."
Yeah.
And
Fucking
then-
oath.
Had me pick me up from the foster home. Apparently put me in the glove box, the sus guys, but we'll drive home.
Wish I left you, Dad. Chucked him in the glove box and here we are.
Yeah, and then they were showing me off to like all their friends and stuff, as you do. And one of their friends actually came up to them and said, "Do you know what the name Zachariah actually means?" And they were like, "No." And so they looked it up, and it actually meant God remembered. And so ever since then, I just always feel like there's sort of a reason that I am here, because God could have chosen any other kid in China, Bali, all those harder countries, but yet I'm here in the most beautiful place to live ever. And I always feel like that can't just be like chance, especially when I hear that story, and then just personal experiences that I've felt that God's real as well.
Too many whips.
Too many whips nowadays.
Yeah.
But
Okay, so like, I get that, and I'm happy for you.
Thanks, dude.
But when someone says, if you burn every religious book ever, how would you reprove it? What do you think to that? Because, for example, say if you burn every science book, those things could get reproven. If you burn every religious book, like...
That's a really hard question. I personally don't know.
Is it just like it's just got to, like, do you ever, like, okay, I guess what my point is, like, do you ever, like, how many times in your life, or when was the biggest moment, then you've been like, why do I actually believe in this?
Oh, the biggest times would have been probably
When you were hungover and didn't want to go to church?
Yeah, probably about 15. 15 is when I really decided that I believe in God.
So the time before that, you were like,
I just did it because I went to a Christian school
yeah.
growing up, and they just say it's the right thing to do, and then went to church with Mum and Dad on Sundays.
Yeah.
So it was always just And then I only really started questioning it probably when I was like 18 again, physically.
Yeah.
But then, so as I said, I got a mystery market school.
Mm.
So then that didn't really leave me many options to do after school
Yeah.
initially. And then I didn't want to do trade because I'm like shit at building shit.
Yeah, that's same as me.
And so my parents were like, and I really want to do something in the commercial property space.
Yeah.
But I wasn't doing anything about it, and my parents could see I was just going to do nothing. So they're like, we'll pay you, we'll pay, so there's a church, the church I go to now, they used to run a Bible college.
Yeah.
And so my parents were like, oh, we'll pay for you to go to Bible college, just be doing something this year, and worst case it can just be a gap year. And in my head, some of my good friends were doing it as well.
Yeah.
And so I was like, fuck it, I'll just do it. I don't have to pay for it. It'll get mum and dad off my back.
Yeah, and you can just
and
chill.
I don't need to try at
Yeah.
all because who cares?
Yeah.
So I did it, and then in that time I actually experienced a lot of things that I can't really explain, like experiences where just spiritual things, like God really showed up multiple times, and it's hectic. I can't really go into it now, but yeah, it's good.
Fuck. So I'm a devoted Church of the Flying Spaghetti Monster believer, which for those of you out there who don't know the ways
I
of
shouldn't be laughing.
the ways of my there's nothing wrong with it. The ways of my church is it's a spaghetti monster that flies around, and that is my belief. And you want to know why?
I want to know why.
Because it's physical and it's there. Do you understand why some people are skeptical of religion?
Yes,
Because it's not
100%.
physical. Because for me, I see spaghetti fly across the room, I get a bit teary. Because I'm like, this is my way of the monster communicating to me. Now, some people may call it schizophrenia, but I call it putting your faith in something that exists. And it's a real thing. You can type it up. It's a recognised organisation or a cult, // Not like the Charles Manson one that murdered all those people. But maybe people have choked on spaghetti, but I don't support that. I support the spaghetti monster, everyone getting around eating spaghetti. What can't you love about spaghetti? Tell me one thing wrong with spaghetti.
You eat it too fast.
But that's you eating too fast, that's not the spaghetti.
No, but it's a meal that is finished quite quickly.
But if you have garlic bread with it, it slows it down. You can have spaghetti with anything. Garlic bread, parmesan, oregano.
Mashed potato.
Yeah, you probably could.
Dude, it slaps.
Spaghetti and mashed potato.
Trust.
Okay, I will. I'll trust you.
Make it tomorrow.
Because my monster guides me through this process. So I want to know, why should I believe in God if he's not there?
I don't know. That's just what.
Well, you're not very advocating very well for religion right now.
Well, I never said I was a great person to advocate for it.
That's true. I should know that first. Okay, but I go, I feel like I want to go to church. What convince me?
I feel like I'm the really wrong person to do.
We're gonna
this.
get a priest on.
I'm not.
Just have a go.
You know I'm an idiot.
Just have a go.
Elliot, I see great potential in you.
You're not my principal. You don't know me.
Bro, I don't know. I can't do
It's
it.
more just it's got to be a vibe.
It's been many years since I've tried to really get people to go to church.
It's more just vibe now.
Yeah, it's more just like
It's just-
live life 1/4 at a time.
Yeah, but just listen to this podcast.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So, like when. It's been a really deep episode.
I know.
We're not really used to these sorts of things.
Dude, I know.
So a lot of, and like this is a touchy subject, a lot of wars are caused by religion. I guess, what do you think is the overarching view? Because obviously there's not just one religion, there's a lot. How do you think we can all just accept each other's views? Look at us solving world problems.
I know. Dude, it's really just understanding that. See, Christianity, at the end of the day, it's all about loving people.
Yeah.
So it's like, no matter what people believe in, the first thing that's most important is like your view of God. Like I know God's real, but then to love people, which is more important. And if you're hating on their views, if you're hating on that, then you're not really following what God wants you to do, a sense of Christianity side.
Yeah.
But then I feel like most other religions are quite accepting. It's just...
There's a few fuckwits that...
Yeah, there's a few history. There's always
been
bad
fuckwits.
people.
There's always been fuckwits.
There's always bad people.
It's like at the pub, it's like in religion. There's just fuckwits.
It's like at the Stain, always fuckwits.
Well, no, not at the Stain.
No, I mean in general. Like there's
Just
always,
fuckwits.
there's a location.
I was going to say, because the Stain
The
is...
office, sorry. The Stain, the office.
Yes.
All the beautiful places. There's
Yeah.
always also...
There's always fuckwits. Well, I think history is full of fuckwits. Got two right here. You got. Oh, did you see what Kanye said
Today.
about Adolf?
No.
In general.
Oh, I heard he was like supporting him or something.
Yeah, started saying, and I was like, Kanye, Jesus, shut your mouth! And like he's on the show with like this political commentator, Alex Jones, and Alex Jones said Sandy Hook like didn't happen, which was the school massacre of the kids. Said it never happened.
Oh,
and this bloke is telling Kanye to like chill out because like he's going, yeah, Hitler like did all these great things and stuff, and like everyone's just going. And this is even a racial thing, because I'd say to your face as well, Kanye, he'd kill you first. Like, you know
He's
what
not
I mean?
wrong, he's not wrong.
Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
He'd kill
100%.
you first.
Oh.
I'm not blonde hair, blue eyes. I'd probably be done in eventually.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? But I'd make it a little bit.
I love it how he wasn't even.
No, he's just a fuck. Hey,
Fuckwits.
fuckwit. History's full of fuckwits. But yeah, Kanye, you'd be dead first. Like, what are you talking about? Like, are you seriously that stupid? But yeah, anything else? Anything you want to add about your shitty little existence?
No, I reckon that's pretty it. We didn't even go into. Yeah, that's perfect. I reckon that's good.
What did we go into?
How much I hate you.
Oh,
How much you ruined my life.
Well, yeah, both our lives are ruined. That's
Pay
all.
Elijah's money.
Yeah, true. Yeah, true. Anyway, on that note, like, comment, subscribe.
Like, comment, subscribe. We'll see you
Follow
next
below.
week for
I don't even know how long this was.
It felt like a long one.
Yeah, but I think it's just because it's fucking 8:45. We're doing a late night episode
Dude,
tonight.
I know. We're putting it in.
We're putting in the
hours.
work because, well, we've sucked off quite frankly.
Not really.
No, we had a week off.
We've
We're
been like busy.
we had 1 week off.
We still
where
put out content.
And we still put out content. It was just a filler episode. It was a voicemails.
Exactly.
So, yeah, like, comment, subscribe, follow the Instagram. Buy Manscaped, support the boys, and we'll see you next time.
Thanks for listening.
Like a boomerang, had that bit like that. Like a boomerang, how she came right back. Flex, check, flex, check. Diamonds in my fangs. Flex, check, flex,